The boys from Bush Barrier have done me up some new bush barriers for Gloria. They weren't even on the car for 24 hours. Have a look at this.
Yeah, that cruising hills, I was twin locked and had to have a couple of goes at a few bits of it, so.
Oh right, I probably shouldn't be up here then. Oh, that's pretty ugly. Oh yeah, she's got a bit on. Oh, what are you doing, Chriso? Oh, big rocks halfway up. Oh. Yeah, warning in a 62, there's two rocks very close to each other. I think I may have hit one of them in the car that I'm not wheeling this weekend. Whoops. That's pretty deep gouges. That would have made a mess. Just went up against a bank out at the springs. But have a look at this. Peel the corner up. What have we got? Oh, that one little mark. Oh, and I have slightly dented the panel. So there's that one little stone chip looking mark. That is not bad, considering that. A few scratches from previous incidents. But nah, good stuff. How good is that? Love it. Nice job, boys. So yeah, you can just see that, oh, you can just see there's a little dent in there now anyway. But no paint off, it's a good start. Just that little tiny little chip, no big scratches. So I'm just taking them off. This is always the biggest issue with these things, peeling them off. Now, as they say in the instructions, don't leave them in hot weather. If you do, you just feel, well, that's actually not that bad. Sometimes they stick a bit harder, stick a bit more. Now I've found that any resprayed surface like this side of the car is worse than if it's original factory paint, they seem to peel off really easy. And obviously this side's cooler. So yeah, the two cares, they just come off, no dramas at all. So the biggest problem is storing them. So I've washed the car with them on to get the outside nice and clean of the actual bush barriers. So give them a good clean, dust all the stuff off, and then I'll set myself up on a little table. I've basically got a bit of ply somewhere here. Bit of ply, 850 by 1200, covers all the doors, and then you basically got the original packing foam still, so I'll keep that. And yeah, you just give them a wipe all the stuff off, and then another layer of foam, and then just peel them off and stick them on there, so at least they're on a big flat surface. You then need a shelf probably up high somewhere. I don't know, I'll find somewhere for them. I might even make a shelf just for these, because they're better off just sitting flat. If I'm out in the caravan, you don't want them on the whole trip, but you want them on for a few of the days where you're going to run amok. I leave them under the bed. They actually, you roll them all up off this, you roll them all up together, and then lay them out under the bed, and just, that's a good storage space for them in the caravan. But you can roll them up and just put them in a tube. I find the box is a little bit tight once you've had them unrolled. When they do them on the original tube, it's pretty good on that original tube, but trying to put them back in there is a bit of a mission. So I'd probably give it that in the lid of the box actually. But anyway, that's the biggest drama, is storing them or whatever. As for coming off the car, I've never had any damaged paint, and I've left these here, have been on there for over a week now, and the car's been outside because I've been doing other jobs in the shed. So look, they say don't leave them on there, in really hot weather. So I got a slightly lighter grey, just my last ones were black. But I've never had an issue, so they might have had a couple of issues, so they've had to say that. But generally, yeah, they say don't leave them on your car, don't put them on your car wet. So you always make sure the panels are really dry before you put them on. I think that's a no-brainer. But if it's raining while they're on there, so I washed the car 4 or 5 days ago with them on there, and they're fine. Yeah, all good. So this is I like my new ones. They're pretty good. was always just having plain ones, but on my last set were just plain, but it's sort of cool being able to pick a print. If you're a business especially, that'd be good. Anyway, there you go. I'll keep packing them up. Look at this. They even formed a dent you've got in the car from previous times. Sometimes because the shape's a bit funny, they'll get dirt under them. Let's have a look. Oh no, that's just the scratches. Oh, a little bit dirt, not much. There you go. And that is why I end up with all these dents. Sometimes while you're away, if you're going to be doing high speed runs or just highway driving, you know, windy days or whatever, I'll pull this one off and that one, and the same on the other side. Just the little ones. I have actually lost a little one before, so well worth pulling them off, I reckon. Just for big long trips on the highway or whatever, where you go past a truck, I think, and the wind might just get to them. But you know, easy as. This is like a Chinese bloody, well, this is like a jigsaw puzzle, this is. Try and get them all on a couple of layers. Might leave this one on. Nah, don't need to. Not 850 by 1200, must need about 900 if you're cutting a bit of timber, because I cut mine at 850 because I measured the doors, which I thought would be the biggest part, and they're not. This panel here is. So anyway, maybe 900 by 1200. And then if you're going away the other way, if you haven't got room to store them under a bed or whatever like I do, even in your car, the instructions say, this is pretty good actually, you can just roll them up. You can just roll them up together. Now you've got the foam in between them, you can just roll them all up and put a tie or whatever around them, or put them in a box and just use them when you need them, and then put them back. When you're out bush, it's pretty hard to take them off, clean them and roll them all up like this. It's really easy on the table. So it takes a bit of practice, that one. Might do it on the bed. But anyway, that is another way to store them. And you don't leave them rolled up for too long apparently. You just leave them rolled up until you need them. And if you have rolled them up for a while, leave them out in the sun for only a few minutes. They go soft pretty quick. Even with mine, I used to store them on the inside of the wall of the shed. But they take on the shape of all the ribs in the shed. So same thing, you got to leave it out in the sun for half an hour to soften them a bit. But anyway, good things. If you look at that damage that I showed you at the beginning, I dare say I would have had scratches on the panel, and what's more, there's scratches like this that when I didn't have them on, because I didn't think I was going to do anything dumb, and I did do something dumb, and even that possibly would have been, yes, a dented panel for sure, but I might have saved the scratches, which means I could have left it for a lot longer. So, well worth the money, and I wish I'd put them on years before I got all the other scratches on the car. Done. Would buy again.